If you feel like that is the most important thing to you, then sure. But I feel like I don't even think men really care about that much anymore. At least I would say.
Oh, okay. Well, let's test that. Let's see if that's true. So let us assume for a moment that it was you and, I don't know, whatever guy you think is a Chad. Okay?
Okay.
It's you in your current state, or it's you in your current state, but you're a virgin. And he had to take the pick, right, of marrying you. Which state do you think he'd prefer you in?
Like just a random Chad?
Whatever random Chad you would be interested in.
I don't know. I think he might take me for who I am now.
Why?
Because
she really knows how to suck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
No, well,
it's not. Having sex is totally not intuitive. It's not like people haven't been doing that since. Oh, I don't know. They've gone a time. Super hard. Who could figure out that the pee goes in the? Who could ever? How could you ever discover this without having hundreds of partners filling you with? How could this ever be possible? It's ridiculous.
I don't know.
Ridiculous on its face to think.
Procreation's a lot different than good sex.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Well, by the way, what frame of reference would you have for what bad sex was if you'd never had it with anybody else?
Exactly. But I can tell.
Exactly. So if you were a virgin and you ended up with a guy and you had sex with him, you would have no frame of reference to say it was bad.
You would know because you didn't orgasm.
Yeah. You would just think it's a myth.
You wouldn't know that you were even supposed to. What would be your frame of reference?
Well, that's
society. People talk about it. You'd be like, what's all the hype about? That wasn't that
and if
cool.
more people were chaste and had virtue, right, this wouldn't even be a problem. And the idea, by the way, that you can't grow in sexual compatibility with the person that you're with is fucking also crazy. Right? And not everybody starts off with a great sex life, and most people do end up with one because as you familiarize yourself with the needs of your wife or your husband over time, you definitely can grow in sexual compatibility. This idea that you have to go and try out the cow because otherwise you don't know it gives you milk, I think is fucking crazy.
Well,
but that aside, back to this. Where's the virtue part coming?
Well, I wasn't going to say just because the sex thing. I was actually going to say because I have more education. I'm more established. I know what constitutes as a good relationship, a bad relationship.
All of it is you.
Yeah.
Right? In your current form, it's just you're also a virgin or you're not a virgin. Which state do you think that guy would prefer you in?
I think the guy would prefer the experience.
Of course.
That's just my opinion.
You think, so I just want to let you. I just want to let you know the entailment of what you're saying. That you think that any of the Omega Chads that you would be interested in, if you could tell them, hey, look, I've sucked 100 versus I've sucked 0, they would go, damn it, I would really prefer if you'd go out and suck 99 more penises so that you're worthy of me. Do you really think that? Does that even sound reasonable or rational to you?
Okay, I understand where you're coming from. However, I feel like it's not a deal breaker. I feel like the past happens.
That's not the question. The question isn't whether it's a deal breaker. The question is, what state do you think he would prefer you in? And you say he would prefer me in the state where I had sucked 99 more dicks than his.
I mean,
and I think that sounds fucking retarded.
I know it sounds crazy to you, Andrew.
I thought you were not allowed to say that word.
That's the way you think. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't want a virgin. I would not want a virgin. I would want a dude that's slammed clam and just like knows how to give it to me.
Yeah,
like,
so men and women are different.
Let's test the logical extension. If I wasn't supposed to say the word, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was against a violation. But anyway, let's test this out. What if it was 1,000 dicks? Do you think that he would prefer that you sucked 1,000 dicks to 100 dicks?
I don't know. 1,000 is a lot.
Yeah, but why? I mean, what's the threshold breaker?
Wait,
100 isn't too much, but 1,000 dicks becomes just one bridge too far?
Then what's the difference between just like sleeping with one guy 100 times and sucking 100 dicks?
Yeah, well, the difference is the extension of how many different dicks, right? And by the way, it's also the idea of the revulsion comes from the loyalty threshold.
But wouldn't also just be an insecurity?
So if a woman has been with one man, let's say she's been with one man for 25 years, okay, and he dies and she's a widow, okay, her loyalty threshold for other men is extraordinarily high. It's super high.
Yeah.
Right? But if she slept with, I don't know, 60 guys, right? Her loyalty threshold for that man significantly decreases. So this is where the revulsion portion also comes in for men. I just would like to hear you repeat this, though, that you think whatever Chad you would be with, or that you would be interested in, would vastly prefer all of the bodies and penises you've sucked and all this over having you in your most chaste form, than that you honestly believe that?
I have a good question. I have a good answer for that. I would say a monogamous Chad would care. A polyamorous Chad would not. And I think the reason why you and I differ as far as this statement is because our relationships are different. The Chad who wants to marry you. Chad who wants to marry you. Mm-hmm.
Wait, you're poly, right?
Yeah.
Can we just move this to like? It's just not even. I don't know if it's even.
I'm like right there at the end of the exchange. Just real quick.
He's like so close to winning in the argument, guys.
Yeah. So anyway, you should cover up your panty shot. But anyway, back to where I was at. I had to look. But anyway, back to where I was. Mm-hmm. I would just like to note that you think that the man you'd be interested in marrying would actually prefer you to have the higher body count.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll leave it there.
Okay. But hey, that was interesting. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, I enjoyed the exchange.
Well, I think it'd be interesting to bring it to perhaps one of the other girls here at the table who are in relationships or who have had relationships. Because a lot of you cite to, well, I'm more sexually experienced because I've more men.
I think men would rather have a low body count in general. I agree with that. Woman? Yes.
Yeah. Like I don't think most men would. So here's the entailment. Okay, my girl will be better in bed, but that entails she slept with an additional 10 or 20 men before meeting me. I don't think most men are like gonna make that trade-off. So, like, no man ever, I really wish my girlfriend f***ed more men before she met me, said no man ever.
I don't think any man thinks that, no. Well, but I do think that, when you meet somebody, you have a connection with them. Like, I've never had a guy who meets me, gets to know me, likes me, and is, like, not okay with who I've slept with because they get to know me, they like me, they love me. There's, like, love trumps everything. And so, yeah, I've had a past. You're who I meet now. I'm loyal to you now. Period, point blank, bye. Yeah. But if you don't like it, then cool, you're not for me and I'm not for you.
I can also understand from your point there that, yes, that's true. A lot of men will not like a girl with, will not be very attracted to the fact that a girl has, I guess, been around in that way, as well as the fact that even maybe the girl will feel that way herself. When I was in my relationship, and I'm, it was true love and everything like that. I even wished that I saved myself for him, that I didn't hook up with all those, other people, or that, I didn't have a past, because I felt like it was that sacred that I really wish that it had only been him. But at the same time, you can't turn back time. But sure. Obviously and he accepted me. I do want to bring it back to the topic of chivalry, though. I was kind of away from the table there. Shouldn't it go both ways? If a guy wants a traditional girl, she should be traditional, and if a woman wants a more traditional guy, he should be more traditional. It's not one or the other. Both sides need to improve, I think, in society.